Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Monday, May the 2nd. My name is Barry Enerson. I'm the moderator of our trading room. This is the address to get in, and it is a free trading room. I share my screen all day long. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to participate. I'm live on the mic also from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And if you'd like to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, this is the link to use, and this week's code is Holly4. That's Holly, all in capital letters, and then the number 4. That's Holly4. All right, I am in one trade right now, modestly working. This is SYY. So I'm just going to, let's see what I'm in at. I'm in at 48.32. This came from the options play, and the trigger was actually at 48.20. A little late on it, but let's see how it works out. There's no reason for me to get rid of it right now. So, sort of have a little bit of fun with doing the video. I try to do the video when I'm in a trade. And sometimes when I'm in the trade, it starts to work well. So we'll see what happens here. So SYYY. Now, I have to admit today was a very, very choppy day. I took a couple of early Holly trades at CCL and XLNX. Couple of little stop outs. I lost I think 8 cents on CCL and 9 cents on XLNX. And I really I don't like taking the early trades. I really don't. But Holly's been working pretty well last week, even on the early one. So I decided to take a shot. But again, have a tight stop, and so really no harm done. So GNC though. Actually, let me go to Valiance. Valiance, of course, was kind of our star today. Holly alerted Valiance at, let's see if I can find it here, at $31, okay? And now the profit, it's already taken the profit. And time stop, I guess it was, let's see, Moxie is a 60-minute hold. And it was a little tough on the entry. Again, the Holly trigger was $31. And I got into the trade at 31.12. Let's see, let me put a mark here. 31.12. So if I actually click, there we go. So here's the candle that it clicked. Now I waited on it. See, this is 31, and look what happened right afterwards. It dropped down to 30.84, and I actually didn't take the trade until right here. It popped up, back down, and I took the trade right here. And it got out some at 31.27. Now, if you've been following the story of Valiance, you know that it's been just absolutely crushed over the last year. And so, this was still very whippy up and down. So I just wanted to make sure that I got some profit out. So I took some out at 31.27. Then, nice candle right there. Took some more out at 31.91. Just in case it couldn't break the whole number. So I took some out right around here, put a little mark up here, took some out here. And then, people have been calling, I always like to try to get $1 on a trade. It's just psychological. It's just nice to get $1 on a trade. And so I took out some again at 31.20. 31.20 and right about here. Well, put the mark there. 31.19, and that basically gave me $1, a little over $1 from that initial entry. Look at it; it just popped up. I ended up I'm out of it now, but I ended up on this candle down here. I ended up selling the rest around 31.25, and now it popped up again, and it's holding pretty well here at just over 32. So see what happens on it. But, a nice trade from Holly. You just had to have, the stomach for it because this can be very, very whippy. And let's see now. Now, the other one I'm kind of watching is this PTX. And let me just explain why I'm doing it. I hope it does hold $1, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. On Friday afternoon, the same company that put money into CPXX took a position in CPXX, and I have to get to the daily on it. Way back here, Steve Cohen, I can't remember the name of his company, but Steve Cohen, he's I think he invests in a lot of the small bios. He basically had a disclosure that he was getting into the CPXX, and look what happened. I mean, it just had a tremendous run, and it's still holding its own. I mean, it is still holding out here. So this is not like a pump and dump. I mean, this is literally, a legitimate company putting money into a small bio. So PTX, I guess the disclosure on Friday afternoon. Let me get the daily chart here, or sorry, say a 15-minute chart here. So yeah, this is the third. No, this is the second. Okay, I'm sorry. Right here, see a little pop here. Closed at uh, closed at 75 cents, and it had a little pop. 29. Let's see, 29. See, it popped up to 94 cents, and this was a disclosure post market that he had taken a 7%. His company's taken a 7% stake in PTX. So, when we woke up this morning, this is what we saw. So it did have a high of 139, but it is definitely dropped off, no doubt about it. So I'd like to see it hold a dollar, and even maybe if it could close up in this range by the end of the day, that'd be great. Wouldn't like to see it drop a dollar, but it's still not the end of the world, of course. But what we're really doing right now is maybe hopping on an early bandwagon. You never know. The CPXX obviously did extremely well. Not saying PTX is going to do the same thing at all, but and it may take a while. But at any rate, I would be watching this one. If it drops down below a dollar, I would put an alert probably around here, $1.10. It may be next week, it may be tomorrow, it may never happen. But as long as if you have our premium package, you know that you can put alerts on the charts and just set it and forget it and just see what happens. And I'm going to wrap this one up right now. The SYY, yeah, it's not really. Basically I'm a penny under right now, 48.32. But I'm going to wrap this up right now. Today was not that great a day in terms of trend. I didn't find anyway. We do have 1,500 companies though releasing earnings this week, so I anticipate that it'll get a little more trend-like by the tomorrow and going forward. But anyway, you get days like this. But definitely still a word on Holly because some of the ones were spectacular. BHI as an example. Let me just see if I can show you BHI. So BHI, this was a short, and actually got stopped out for a 2-cent loss. But at one point, again, I know I'm trying to hammer home the point of watching this non-exit profit column, because at one point this was up about, I think, $1.80, something like that. In other words, what happened is, yes, it did get stopped out. Here was the candle, and then it whipped up. 48.86 was the stop. It got stopped out for literally a 2-cent stop. Make sure of that. I'm sorry, I am wrong. It got stopped out on a time stop, 48.14. It did not reach 48.86, but it basically got stopped out on a time stop. But look what happened afterwards. It really had the drop. And this is why I keep telling everybody, watch this non-exit profit column. And it's not up to me to tell you to watch this, and it's not up to me, quite frankly, to tell you when to take the trades. I mean, I'm doing other things. I miss this. I mean, I'm trying as best I can to watch this as diligently as I can. But really, if you've got the program, you can watch this as closely. I mean, I have emails to answer. I have other questions I'm answering during the day. So there are times where I will just miss. Some of these opportunities. It doesn't mean you should miss them too. GNC is another one. I mean, GNC is exit on a 27-cent profit. It was time stopped out, but it's still 71 cents over that initial entry of 25.19. And this is one that I actually did trade, and it worked out extremely well. But I'm just saying, watch this column. It is probably the most important column we've got because, look, CCL, XLNX, they were a couple of early stopouts for me. And, I tried them. I'm not, I don't really don't like trading that early, but I did try them and it didn't work. That's okay. But this is something that really has to be followed all day long. So if you're the type of person that at the beginning of the day it's a little too hectic, you don't want to take the trades at the beginning of the day. I understand that. I'm not saying never do it, but I do understand that. But this is a way in which you can really, because most of these trades get stopped out. 30 minutes is the minimum in terms of a time stop. Some of them will get stopped out based on actually a price stop, but most of them are 30-minute holds, 45-minute holds, 60-minute holds. So that gives you some time. These things can set up very, very nicely after the first 30 minutes, 60 minutes. And so it's a little easier, perhaps, to manage this type of a trade than the very early ones. But, there are two schools of thought on that. And certainly, Holly, last week, if you had taken some of the early trades right off the bat, they were sensational, especially the smaller ones. And, I think the smaller ones like the dries last week was awesome. I think those are the ones for me personally that I would like to perhaps focus on. Maybe not the more expensive ones, but again, that's just me. But no excuse not to keep watching this column all day long. All right, off my soapbox, but I can't try to I can't emphasize it more than that. And I'm still in SYY. We'll see what happens. Again, I'm in at 48.32, so it's just not really doing very much right now. The trigger was at 48.30, so sorry, 48.20, so it's really hasn't moved very very far off the trigger. All right, I'm going to shut this one down. I'm going to shut this one down. And again, this is how to get into our room. And it is a free room, and I share my screen all day long. And I'm on the mic live 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I usually open the room at about quarter to 9. And I'm not live, though. I don't get on the mic until 9. I like to set up a few things before I actually have to start talking. This is an address to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas. It's a good link to use. And for a great discount, use the code this week, Holly, Holly, all capital letters. Holly 4, the number 4. So it's Holly 4. All right, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.